Hey guys, today we're going to go on a little ride on the RSF Razor that we have upgraded already, but we are going to go on the last ride before we upgrade suspension, being the front and the rear, and as well as putting a Suron seat on. So if you guys want to go ahead and check out those install videos, we'll have those as well. But right now we're just going to ride and talk about some features that we have on this already built RSF, as well as how it feels without these upgrades done. And we'll have a comparison video coming soon. So we'll go ahead and jump into that right now. Let's get on it. Quick shout out Brody and Braden here. We got some orders ready to go out when the post office opens, so appreciate the support. We got the camera. We're gonna go, basically guys, we have these upgrades that we're gonna put on that we talked about, and we're just gonna rip up and get a few last minute pictures of this while it's kind of still got the cool stock look going. So yeah, we'll head on up and take you guys with, show you guys a few things that we've changed, and just talk about how it feels before we change suspension in the seat. All right, guys. So we're out here, we're cruising up the hill a little bit. So just my impressions of riding this bike. It's been upgraded. If you want to see the video going over all the upgrades on it at this point, you can check that out. And you know, this has been a really fun bike already. My main complaints is obviously I'm tall, so my legs are in the bars, so I don't want to change this bike's look too much from stock, just because I love all the Razor's stock look for the most part on these more special bikes especially. So, you know, my complaint on this bike is obviously suspension. The rear is really creaky and springy feeling, and the front is obviously has none. So when you put the wheel down, you really want to set it down safe and, you know, give her gas right as I'm coming down, which isn't ideal. So, you know, we are kind of just feeling this bike out. I have been riding it while I'm waiting for the parts. And as well as those things, the seat for me is just a little too far forward. So if we could get that seat moving a little bit back, I think that would really be beneficial in the position for wheelies, as well as just having some mobility. So there's the Suron seat adapter that we've gotten from a guy on Etsy, and it's a stronger version, one of the stronger versions I've seen. It has some metal plates and is going to bolt right onto the Suron seat or the Luna floating Suron seat. So really good stuff there. We are going to put all that stuff on, but figured I'd do one little ride last, talk about all these parts on this bike with how it feels right now. So, you know, obviously it's hard setting it down on the front. It scares me for putting pressure on the neck of the frame, not having any forgiveness in that front suspension. So wheelies, I just have to be a little more cautious on. You don't want to set it down too hard, so just kind of playing my cards right. And again, the rear just feels spongy, it's kind of sketchy. So, you know, the seat, hopefully, I think is gonna really help sit back too and feel like it's in a good place. And maybe make me feel like I can throw some one-handers out a little more and stuff. So we'll see how that feels. But yeah, it's overall a really fun bike. 72 volt with the KR5V motor, far driver 72450 with all EMF plug and play, wire harnessing, and throttle and all that stuff. So with that said, now that we're up the hill, we have this set up as regen, thanks to Scott, a pretty cool dude doing some awesome builds on TikTok, and kind of saw what he was doing with that, and I wanted to do that also because pretty cool feature. So yeah, she reps. We're in the second mode right now. I don't know if you guys can see, but so the regen does help save me some brakes and slows me down. I do have full control with the Far Driver app over how much of that I am doing. Now, a thing to note is if you just have a basic Amazon cheaper style battery, like I talk about in our battery video I recommend everyone watch, you have to be sure that your battery can take, you know, the back current. So if it can take 15 charging amps, you know, it's going to take those 15. You can turn up your regen, which is actually what's slowing me down, is having turned up higher regen. So, you know, you don't want to be throwing too high of current into your battery if it's like a BTR or Camo or those, you know, all those cheaper style batteries. I don't believe that's really what you want to do. So just note that. You're going to want to make sure and feel out how, you know, how it's feeling. So it's not too much when you hit it, like throws you forward if you're lighter or something. So another thing to note for the regen is you're going to have a welded freewheel. So, you know, our normal Razors on the back, they'll have a regular freewheel. So when we move forward and backwards, the chain we can see is moving. So that's what's allowing us to use the regen, is when we're rolling forward, we can hit that button and slow it down. But pretty cool feature, actually. Really kind of a cool thing that we get with the electric thing. Well, this might be a good shot for a photo shoot right here. All right, so that was a good little photo shoot out there. Looks pretty good deal. We're getting a little bit better. Matters how I'm feeling. It's risky because I don't want to set it down hard without those front forks like we talked about, so yeah. In second, we're squealing tires. So again, whoa. Woo. So this thing again, we're tuned up pretty high. I will turn this down. This is higher than I will run it, but I just want to kind of give this KR5V a little run for its money and throw some amps at it. So right there through those bumps, super rough. The front suspension, I never noticed how much stock Razor forks were actually giving me some forgiveness on, you know, going through. Oh. So I never really noticed how much the front suspension was like giving me some little forgiving on the going through like a little dip or something, or just small bumps. So you can feel everything with these hard forks. This is my first RSF I have. So it just, you know, it's just a just a little bit little harder on the suspension. I'm really excited to get the ride or die forks on. Again, we have a 10% discount they gave us, so great guys to support, selling great products. We also do have the parts for the Sur-On seat is going to be from, like I said, a guy on Etsy, so we'll link that in the link tree and probably in this video down below. Always check out my descriptions. I usually try to part list stuff and have all my stuff for my links and everything, but yeah. So if we click 3, this thing's like scary fast. I don't know if you guys saw the other video, but yeah, 30, it's coming up, no problem. Not pulling in the 30s, easy. Woo! Yeah, not even trying to do that. It's supposed to be taking it easy, so yeah. This bike also handles really well, just like as its center of gravity feels good to me. I think it's gonna feel really good. So like these dips, yeah, that like jumps me out of my seat with the suspension stock. So super sketchy to go through. Don't recommend. But yeah, I think the surround seat's gonna dip me back. I will say I'm kind of bummed out to lose the, oh shit. Hell yeah. Ain't stopping me, boy. So this is rough as heck. I've ran stock suspension on a lot of my bikes since I have so many bikes for a long time. And I didn't know how much good it was doing me, guys. I didn't know that it was actually, those little springs are helping, because this is a rough ride right here even. Whew. Fall down on the gravel, I don't want to do that. Oh, this is all new sidewalk. Look at this, never been here. Just laid this down for us. This bike feels like it's sitting up higher, like dropping it back feels like I'm dropping back more. Whew, concrete's slick. What the fuck am I supposed to do here? I'm gonna get hit. Head backwards, engaged. Yeah, so this with no front suspension feels really hairy. It's just a little rough, you know? So every one of these bumps is just so hard. So yeah, if you guys want to see the top speed of this bike, we have that video, again, talking about the parts list with it as well. I didn't really think I was gonna end up on the road, but I got pushed over here. We're going this way. Screw that. Drag and tow. All right, so like right down here, no brakes, regen. Actually slows you down pretty good, pretty convenient. Again, that's with our EMF batteries. We can do like 15. We'll go over the settings like I've talked about. I know everyone wants to copy, but I need to test. So that's the only time you see me on a bike is with the camera. And we're trying to test and beat on it a little bit. So yeah, no brakes. This is all downhill. So far I've used none of my brake pads. This is also letting my brakes cool as a wheelie guy. I hate using that rear brake when I'm just slowing down because it's gonna heat up my caliper and my fluid and all that. So this is helping me, you know, maintain cooler brakes as well as slightly charging my battery. I don't think it's really gonna be like giving you extra range with this setup like this. You can set it up so that off the throttle it works, just like more of a 450, letting off the throttle will bog you down. But something else I'll say is with that button pulled, we cannot pull the throttle. So with the button in, nothing happens. Just beeping, we just can't hear it. But that did slow me all the way down to a stop right here with only regen. So pretty neat, really. I like that, it does. I think I'm gonna leave that set up. I'm gonna throw myself on that. I'm kind of scared. I need to turn that 2 down a little bit. So for those of you who have taken the Moto B1 rides with me, where we go back in the fields, we are actually on the other side of the fields where we've came through before. So we usually shoot up into that field, and I kind of want to scope this out since I'm over here now. So, yeah, I'm not supposed to go back there or whatever, but that is where we get the B1. So like we can see right here, This is me turning. We can see I'm like in my leg. I just kind of got the control to ride it, but that can be dangerous. So I'm thinking with that surround seat, it should put me more back here, which is really going to be open my leg space up. I think I'll be able to cut those corners tight. But like I say, I just wanted to kind of ride this bike stock. So we do have our horn, the EMF 12 volt set on here. While we're talking about that, we have some of the switches is stuff that's not out yet. We're always testing new stuff, like you can imagine. But yeah, we're trying to add more stuff to that 12 volt system. I know a lot of people have recommendations. I love all the recommendations. Leave you guys feedback if you have any. If you have any questions, if you have any thing that you're wondering. I know I need to get install videos for all the stuff, so we will definitely get to that. This bike just handles really well. Like the Razor, I feel like the other Razor I have to try. This bike is just like, I'm riding it. It rides itself. Like I don't even. So I think with the surround seat, when I get good at wheelies, I should be pretty good on it. I might have to cut a scoop in the seat, but we'll see what happens. I swear there's a cut-in for a trail somewhere around here is what we're looking for. Nope. Yep. Haha, it's almost hidden, guys. Razors will teach you every secret hidden trail there is through anywhere in your town. You'll slowly find more and more. Shit, I might have to get through the sand dunes to get to that. Yeah, we haven't really had this thing off-road yet. What better test to take than front suspension? Oh, there, okay, we're on the sidewalk. Yeah, so you can just feel it's bumpy. I don't know if you guys can tell, very bumpy with the front suspension being hard. I think it's definitely put more strain on the frame itself. It makes me nervous doing wheelies like that. But the rider die brakes are holding up very well. Anybody's wondering those, we've been testing those as well. I've been enjoying them. So good stuff up here. This is some good trails in here. We usually take the B1 back in here. A lot of people ask me, you know, is this legal? How is this? And you know, it's really kind of depends on where you live. So it's different experiences from everybody and everywhere. I know some states are harsher than others. I try to fall into a class 2 e-bike, which I'm obviously not really, but you know, if you only see me going this fast, we're doing 15, it says it should be pretty accurate according to our video. We go through it and everything, but I try not to go over that 20 on the speed limits. Obviously, you'll see us crank it here and there. Our police don't like us on the street, so we try to stay off the street and you know, respect everybody on the sidewalks. You know, they're the reason we're all working coherent and here together on the sidewalks and enjoying it. So don't make it unenjoyable for other people. You know, a lot of us think sometimes the old people are grouchy, but they're just a little frightened by it all. So we just try to be really nice and respectful, and it works pretty well for us. So that's my advice on the whole loophole that we're in right now. I think they're going to start cutting down on it more and more because we have more younger kids abusing it, which, you know, I'm not going to complain about that. If I was a younger kid, I'd probably be doing a few dumb things here and there too. Whee! So like on new suspension, I would just blast off of that. This one, I'm feeling pretty hesitant too. So like, it would be nice to just want to jump this, right? Badoosh! But I don't think I feel good about it. So we're not gonna. Woo! These tires and this motor, guys, in the grass is, can be dangerous, just remember. don't know if you guys can hear that motor spinning or not, but it's just ripping. I also keep getting a lot of interest in the DKD. We did a video at night that isn't going up on as popular, but it lets you guys see this better, and we show the regen does come up on the screen. But I know you guys can't see us well right now. We tried to go out when it was cloudier in hopes that you guys can see this a little better. But it's just not as bright to see for you guys. I can see it pretty well. Depending on where it's adjusted, you have to have it sitting right for yourself. But we do have the mount on our website. We have the video to set this up, and we are selling some wire harnesses in beta because I think they have done some different wiring for these harnesses through the time possibly. So just trying to get feedback as we send this stuff out and whatnot. But so all regen, no brakes. I think we're gonna hit the sidewalk on back as long as nobody hits me. The thing about the sidewalks here in these spots is you always got to be watching out because we're moving faster than your average person on the sidewalk. But so always be watching out, you know, it's every man for himself out here. Like wheeling through that stuff, normally I will, but this rear suspension's kind of hairy, and also I saw a kid broke his, so if that's a little kid breaking it, then that's not good for me. What's up, buddy? Almost grabbed too much right there. So right there, a little regen, a little extra brake. Little old lady going fast. Click her into 3, let you guys see her eat. Scary powerful up there. I don't recommend anybody be ripping this like this. Ooh, somebody smelling grilling something good. All right, guys, well, I think that's going to conclude this little adventure today. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Everyone ride safe out there, guys. If you guys are on these things, and they're super fast, man, so be careful. I just want everyone to be careful out there and make sure you're understanding the dangers. Not bad. That was the first knee knocker on this thing. Not too shabby. Struggling with the power